um, so I stick out my hand just so I can like kind of smell and just kind of get an idea. And it starts rubbing up against my hand. I'm like, all right, perfect. Let's see if we can take this a little bit farther. Scratch it on the head. I'm like, this is perfect. I hear it purring and making like little noises. It tells me everything's okay. It's not growling. It's not hissing. Nothing. I'm like, all right, let's take this a little bit further.
You're like Jackson Galaxy with this fucking cat.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Like to be fair, my mom's also been going in there, kind of like petting it, watching it TV and whatnot, and just kind of like letting it know everything's okay. But and she's like, we're rehabbing the cat. I'm like, rehab's not going to do shit if this thing has to go back to that.
No kidding.
Like this isn't going to do jack shit.
I don't think the cat should go back personally.
Well, here's the thing: we may be keeping it an extra 3 days because apparently the cat was never spayed.
Well, how old is the cat? How old is the cat?
The cat, I want to say, is, if I remember, it's like between 7 and 9 months old.
Okay, that's not that unreasonable. Sometimes like Lebowski was actually neutered early, because it was at the time anyway. It was some sort of like new thing they were trying.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's fine. There's like no, as far as we know, there's no like negatives to it or anything like that. But like with most cats, I think they do it around a year or something like that, neutering and spaying. But like after it gets to a year, like you've waited too long. But there is also a cutoff. Like you don't want to do it too early necessarily because it can be bad for the cats.
Yeah.
I guess it depends. Yeah. I mean, now is a good time to do it. Definitely.
Yeah. Now is definitely a good time to do it. But they were never going to do it.
They were never going to do it?
As far as I know, they were never going to do it.
Okay, what about this? Claws.
Claws still has the claws.
And do they plan to declaw her?
Not as far as I know.
Well, at least there's that.
Yeah. Unless he's got a pair of pliers, he's like, oh, fuck it, I'll do it myself. We don't need to pay a vet $500 to do this.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I would take a blowtorch to his nads.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking, ugh.
Listen, I'm not generally a violent person, and unless you do me wrong, like, I'm not really apt to, like, hurt you or whatever, but, like, I hate hearing about cruelty to animals and shit. And this is your brother, so I especially wouldn't necessarily anything bad to happen to him, but, like...
Oh, fuck, I do.
Dude, if you have it coming to you, you have it coming to you. And I know you have your beef with him, so you can be that way. I don't care, but, like... From my perspective, I don't have a particular beef with the guy until this particular moment. If you're going to be like that, like, you're just an asshole. You're a waste of fucking semen and egg, to quote Kurt Cobain. And, like, the world just doesn't fucking need you. Go jump off a fucking bridge, asshole. I'm sorry. Was that too much?
No, that's actually right on point. I'll give you that.
Thank you. No, it pisses me off, I gotta say. Like, seriously, because I will say he didn't give me a good first impression.
Yeah,
going back to Riff, he gave me probably the worst first impression. We probably talked about it before, but his band came to record a demo. I'll give the Reader's Digest version.
Yeah,
his band came to record a demo. He was fucking drunk off his ass, so he never got anything fucking done. And it was like, you know what? It leaves a sour taste in your mouth because it's like this dude can't keep himself together for a weekend to record 4 fucking songs. But whatever, So it's like, whatever, I'll give him a second chance. And then I hear about, like, the shit with you. And granted, I'm only hearing your side, so it might be one-sided and shit. But then I hear this, and it's like, you know what? This is kind of the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because it's like, there's no need for that shit. Like, maybe you provoked him or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the whole situation there. But what could that cat possibly have fucking done? Like,
you know what the cat
did?
A dick. You know what the cat did? The cat existed.
Exactly. It's a dirty animal. Then don't let it in your fucking house, you moron.
Yeah, and not only that, man, like, going back to the Riv thing, like, how much of an asshole do you think I felt like because I had to apologize for this fuck?
Right, sorry, my brother's a douchebag.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, he's better than this, and remember, I even got written up because of him.
You did?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
No, I didn't remember that you got written. I knew that he got, like, or someone got written out, but I didn't know you were part of that.
Yeah, I was part of it because he went out into the common area, like we were living at the top floor of fuck, I forget the name of the building.
Trinity?
Yeah, I think it might have been Trinity. We were living
Guild.
No, it was Trinity.
Okay.
So we're at the top floor of the Trinity, and there's, like, a common kitchen area that everybody can go to if they need to.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out there with a fucking full open beer, and that's a big fucking no-no. So I remember it was like me, Josh, asshole, and I think there were like 1 or 2 other people out there. Fucking RA comes right by, sees the beer in his hand, writes up.
Oh man.
And here I am, like, just going like, oh fuck, because I had to talk to that guy Steve, because
Yeah.
because he was the one dealing out the fucking punishment, and here I am just going like, look, don't do
Meanwhile,
any.
Steve's doing a whole big bag of pot out back,
Yeah,
judging by his eyes.
fucking hypocrite. Anyways, so yeah, so here I am in his office, like talking about the incident, and just going like, you know what, man, don't fucking punish him. He's an idiot. I knew it was a beer. I knew it was against the rules. I did nothing. I apologize. This is my fault. Don't punish him. Punish me. And apparently the punishment was he was never allowed back on campus.
As if that matters.
Yeah, really. Fucking idiot.
He's probably never coming back anyway.
Yeah, he never was. But yeah,
shows you just how useful that facility was in general.
Yeah.
You're not allowed back here. That's sort of like you're not allowed to rent here anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't care.
Like, I give a shit.
I'm not going to rent here anymore. Well, you're not allowed to rent here anymore.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
All right.
That the best you got, you pussy? But
so yeah, man, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, so,
I really even if you guys can't keep the cat, like you guys should like surrender to a shelter or some shit, or call animal control or some shit.
Here's the thing, my parents are paying. Now keep in mind they are paying to get this cat spayed, you know, and apparently they made a deal with asshole that, hey, we're sinking this money into getting the cat spayed. If you still don't want the cat, you are not allowed to give it away to a shelter. You are not allowed to do that because we are paying for this. And apparently he agreed to the deal. So whether he goes back on it or not, I don't know. We'll see. But
see, if he's going to continue to act the way he does with it, I'd almost rather that he surrender to a shelter, in all honesty.
Well, that's
because it's still young. Because if it's still a kid, if it's still less than a year old, it's going to get gobbled up in a second.
Oh yeah, easily.
Someone will take it.
Somebody will take it. But the thing is, if somebody like comes and they see this thing and they see this cat and it starts like hissing at them and like trying to bat at them with its fucking claws, they're gonna skip right over it.
That's true.
You know, because
and I would hate for Marley to lose the cat, because that's a factor to consider too, is that this little girl has a cat that I'm sure she's already started to grow an attachment to.
Not really. She wanted to get rid of the cat too.
She did?
Yeah, because it scratched her on the stomach.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's...
I can only assume it's because she did something to piss the cat off.
Probably, but she probably learned it from whomever she's watching mistreat the cat.
But here's the thing. I'll even take you back. I had to stop asshole from hitting Oliver.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what, are dogs filthy animals too?
Well, yeah, they're all filthy fucking animals. Rah, 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 rah. And I just...
if he had his way, he'd have no pets. And I mean, that's fine.
Well, no, if he had his way, there would be no animals.
And that's fine, but you know what the problem is?
Planet.
Oh, well, that's shitty.
But
I mean... if that's how you feel about it, then certainly don't let him in your house.
Yeah.
Period.
Right, but that's how I feel about it. I have no authority.
Right.
You know, my parents, on the other hand, they're like, well, we'll put up with it because we get to see Marley. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. I said, that's absolute bullshit that he has that hanging right over your heads and you can't fucking call him out on his bullshit. I said, I know he's your son, I know all that, but still, if somebody's being an asshole, you call them on it.
That's how I feel about it too, but I can also understand that that's a pretty tough situation and a very hard pill to swallow. So because it's one of those things that you don't know what the outcome would be. So you don't know that he would be like, fuck you can't see Marley anymore, but you also don't know that he wouldn't do that.
I have a feeling he absolutely would.
You do?
Yeah, I have a feeling he actually...
So then it's really not a good thing. Because, I mean, in this particular case, I really think the best thing would be like, to talk to him and be like, listen, if you're going to be treating the cat like that, then you really shouldn't have it. And if that's how you feel about animals, you really shouldn't have animals, period, you stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Besides the point, let's bring this cat to a shelter and get it to a home where someone's actually going to give a shit about it.
Exactly.
He's an asshole.
But my mom also addressed that. She said, look, don't give this cat away to a shelter. That's not fair to the fucking cat. You know, you have it for like X amount of months, and then you up and get rid of it. She said,
how long have they had it?
Oh, God, I want to say like 6 months or so.
Already? They've had it 6 months?
I think about 6 months, yeah.
Jeez. So they got it when it was like just born?
Yeah, I think they got it like just when it was, a kitten, and they were allowed to take it home and whatnot. I think it's like what, a 4 or 5 week period or something like that.
Like 6 weeks usually,
6 weeks,
yeah.
yeah. So probably around there.
Okay, I was gonna say if they got it when it was like fresh born, then that cat's kind of fucked to begin with. But
Yeah, but anyways, but yeah, the cat scratches Marley. She's like, I don't want to have the cat anymore. It scratched me, and there goes rabble rabble Obama rabble. Get rid of the cat, rabble rabble rabble. And
so is Hallie then the one keeping the cat in the house? Like,
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because it sounds like nobody wants this fucking cat. Like, everybody's fighting to bring the cat back to the house, but like it sounds like nobody in the house where the cat belongs wants the cat.
I don't know. I haven't talked to that bitch since Marley's birthday party, I think like 2 years ago. And
it's just it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's fucking weird, but Jesus fucking, like, I'm trying to calm
I just
I'm trying to calm down.
Pray, but if I did, I would pray for that cat.
I wouldn't pray for the cat because I know that does nothing. But
that's what I'm saying. I don't pray, but if I did, I would pray for that cat.
But the only thing I've done really, like, I've spent a little bit of time with the cat, and the cat is getting better. It's it's coming up to people. It's like, come on, pet me. Can you pet me?
Yeah, but like you said, that's going to be undone in minutes.
Oh, it's dude,
once it goes home, that's all out the fucking window.
Yeah, once it goes back and it's getting thrown off of fucking tables and shit like that, and pretty much fucking body slammed by a 7-year-old. Yeah, it's gonna be undone all over again.
Right.
So
here's how I discipline Lebowski: is if he does something wrong, like he does shit, and he's a little smart, manipulative little bastard sometimes. Like, he does shit because he knows that it pisses us off, but it'll still get attention from us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, he'll scratch at the carpets and shit, and we'll be like, no! And, if he really does it, we'll spray him or something like that. But if he's up on the table, let's use that example, because that's the one where apparently this cat deserves being thrown off of it.
Yeah.
In my example, what I would do if the cat was on the table, and I know I don't want him up on my dinner table, I would sternly say, Lebowski, no! And if he didn't get off, usually that's enough, because he knows he's not supposed to be up there, because he's been sprayed a few times for going up there. So now he kind of knows not to go up there.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he stays, because sometimes he's a little persistent bastard, at that point, I will gently nudge his ass off the table and kind of like gently push. I don't mean like push him off the table. I mean like touch his butt and gently nudge him in the direction off the table, and he will go off the table. But I wouldn't pick him up and throw him off the table. I wouldn't violently push him off the table or anything like that.
I think another thing you would do is just like, okay, fine, he's not responding to the nudging. I'll pick him up and I'll put him on the floor myself.
I wouldn't do that, actually. I wouldn't pick him up, because sometimes that's what he wants. He wants you to pick him up. I'm not going to give you what you want. I'm going to either push you, like, gently, or I'm going to spray you, or something like that. Because I think a lot of people say that spraying isn't good. But you know what? I've had a lot of different cats, and they respond to spraying, and they don't become, like, enemies of me or whatever.
No.
Like, a lot of people say, like, when you spray a cat, like, they tend to remember that or whatever, and they react badly towards you. I've never had that happen.
I've never had that happen either.
But my thing is, usually they learn, and they're like, oh, I won't fucking do that again because I get sprayed.
Yeah, well, I other than the time I sprayed the cat with battery acid, he learned his lesson well after that, but we started using water.
Geez.
No, I'm just kidding. I swear I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. We only sprayed him with water, and, after a couple of times, yeah, they get the idea, like, oh, shit, if I do this, I'm going to get sprayed again. And it's not like we should.
And after a while, you don't have to even spray them. You could just be like, no, and they're like, oh fuck, sorry.
Yeah, like we have like you were saying, I have 2 cats, and one of them has a special diet of diabetic food that we have to give to him,
mm-hmm.
because apparently he wanted to do a really good Wilford Brimley impression, and fucking just went just went full out and fucking really committed to the role. But yeah, like he'll eat maybe like half of his food. He'll go over to where the other cat is eating, nudge her out of the way, and he'll start eating her food. And the other cat will just go by and fucking eat the rest of his food. And that's a big fucking no-no. Like, we can't fucking have that. So if I see them eating at each other's bowls, I'm like, hey, clap my hands really loud, kind of scare them, get their attention, and they usually kind of get the idea.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just got to scare them out of doing whatever it is you don't want them to do.
Yeah.
Like a loud noise or spraying them or whatever. A lot of people set up these, like, automatic air canister things.
Yeah.
Like, so when a cat walks by, like, like outside, if they don't want a cat walking by, they'll set up these air canisters that'll